ball game.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to SH.
So,
The finals are over.
hell
Congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
winning their first chip,
Shout out
baby.
SGA. Shout out J-Dub, Chet, Kaysen, Alex Caruso, Jay Will, so on and so forth. But before we get to the Thunder, condolences to Halliburton. I hope speedy recovery.
Yep. It's a shame he went out like that, but
really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. It's the risk that he probably knew that was gonna happen. Coming back with you don't joke with the hamstring. He took the risk. Everything worked out okay for Game 6. Unfortunately, after a strong start, more likely than not ruptures Achilles, non-contact injury, and it happened.
yeah.
But sometimes it's part of winning it all in the NBA. You have to get lucky. You need a little bit of luck, no matter how good you are. And here we are. NBA Finals MVP. Western Conference Finals MVP. Regular season MVP. Scoring champion. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Andy, I'm going to let you take your victory lap.
Well,
Go right ahead.
I never had a doubt, even though I did call it in 5 and somehow it went into 7. I never had a doubt of OKC winning it. Caught it from the get-go. They were just on another level. The Pacers, I will give them the credit. They brought something. They had a good magical run. They were doing exactly what they needed to do. And if I'm going to be real, Halliburton would have made this way harder because he was trying to shoot lights out before he got injured. But OKC, we're going to be seeing them for a long time. At least until contracts are up. But OKC, I'll give credit to Sam Presti. He built this new young core. It worked out for them. OKC is going to be one, at least for now, they have been the one successful team that have done the believe in this process. We might be suffering, but believe in us. And here they are, the champions. A lot of people are discrediting them again. You know, I believe it's always just the casuals, just saying Mickey Mouse ring because of injuries. But OKC fought tooth and nail against every team they played with. They played with their heart, they played with their soul, their mind, and they actually managed to pull out this first-time championship. Shout out to Oklahoma. Hope you guys are going crazy over there celebrating because you guys deserve it, because you guys showed out for them and you had hope, and it finally was able to pay off. And that's how I say it.
Yeah, the Oklahoma City Thunder fan base must be going insane. They have one, in-game, especially in-game fan base, one of the greatest fan bases I've seen across the league. Extremely loud. Defensively, they got back to, especially in this game, especially in the second half. Of course, there's no Halliburton, but especially in that third quarter, of course, turnover after turnover after turnover, and they were able to capitalize on those opportunities, and that's all the credit to them. But yes, the Indiana Pacers, great fight, took it to 7. So I want to ask you, we saw Denver take it to 7.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Indiana now take it to 7. So do you think it's a case that these teams are better than we thought, or is it that the Thunder are closer to the pack more than we thought?
I think that it's just. I think this playoff run gave them a lot of experience because I think we both said that they are a young team. They had to. They last season they got knocked out in the semifinals. They almost got knocked out in these semifinals. I think it's just one of those things where they're gonna grow as a team. But at the same time, I won't discredit the teams that they were going against. Maybe it's just a lot closer than you think. Like we've always said, that when the playoffs start, teams take it up a notch. Teams decide that. Let's be real. A lot of teams do not take the regular season serious, and that's what kills them in the end when they go against a team that went in and out every single game because it mattered to get that home court advantage. And in the end, it goes down to because OKC was first seeded, they were able to win those, game 7s. So it might be that it's closer than we think, in playoff scenario, but I think that due diligence that OKC did, making sure that they took every regular game season, kept giving them more experience and more chances to learn to come out and do what they do in Game 7. Because with the Indiana Pacers, obviously Halliburton was injured, but the second quarter was close. They were up a point at the half.
Fair.
But for some reason, the only person that scored in the third quarter was TJ McConnell. He scored, I think, 12 of the 20 points that they might have scored in that game.
It was 12 straight.
And
It was 12 straight.
And that's the thing. It's one of those things where I think it's just OKC. Yes, they're bounds and leaps, but in the playoffs, any team can get to that level. That's why it comes down to the regular season of taking that serious to get to the higher seeds, because sometimes it takes, like you said, sometimes it takes luck. Sometimes it takes the wishes of the fans, the cheers to be the rev for when the team starts feeling that they're freezing. And I think that was a perfect example in Game 3, in the third quarter, where the fans really helped edge on, telling them to lock in, and then you always want to show out for the fans, the people who put their faith in you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much the regular season really helped them, because they were built to ass all season long in the regular season. They won 68 games. A lot of it was blowout after blowout. Yep. And to be frank, they also mollywopped the hell out of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Mm-hmm. But before we continue with the battle, I also want to give a lot of love to Pascal Siakam. He was great all finals long, all playoffs long, and it's just unfortunate. But so then I want to ask you, personally, I don't give a damn about the ratings. I don't get paid by the NBA, and based on what they do in ratings. Mm-hmm. These NBA finals were absolute top tier.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the thing is, I realize that fans really just watch the NBA to hate watch most of the time, because they're never going to be happy unless it's their team making it. But I don't know. I didn't see how the ratings were. I don't know how many people were actually watching, but I think a lot more people tuned in because it was a Game 7, and I don't know. I don't know how much this finals is gonna change how the NBA is run, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the ratings are like that. We hate to put it this way, but a lot of the ratings will always be missing because people watch it illegally or creatively.
We do not condone those actions.
Yeah, we don't. But yeah, it's just gonna be it's always gonna be tough to. That's why I don't really pay attention. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I think it's not really useful for especially the fans to even ever talk about, oh, this is bad for the NBA ratings. Why do you care? Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't know DirecTV paid you. I didn't know all these services paid you because the NBA but these NBA finals were great. The Thunder were great. The Pacers were great. It was big play after big play all series long. Yep. And there were a lot of injuries along the way across the league, but these were really good playoffs.
Yeah, no, this was a great playoff runs, and honestly, it's one of those It was one of those finals where I wouldn't have minded if Pacers would have won, because no matter what, it was a first time for either team. It's enjoyable to see those moments and the experience of things paying off for fan bases that hold out. So
for sure. So I think we also both agree that the Thunder will be back in some shape or form. They will be competing to get back to the spot.
Yes.
For the Pacers, how do you see this playoff run? Do you think they will be back?
I do not think they will be back, but it entirely depends on how long Tyrese Halliburton's injury is going to last, because he is their closer. He is the clutch guy. And if he's gone for a year, then that just means another free spot in the East for one of the more mid teams to potentially make it to the playoffs. But I think they're going to struggle. They were only the 6th this time. We'll see the severity of Tyrese Halliburton's injury. He could be gone the whole season. And I don't think they're going to be back for quite a bit. But that's just me. We saw it already with Boston. Boston's gonna be, honestly, maybe with the Pacers being out, this might give Boston more of a chance to get back in it. But it's right now the East is a frenzy for any team that wants to go all in right now. They got to, so that way they can make it to the finals next season.
Yeah, absolutely. hopefully, it's 99% chance. It was like I hope it's not. We'll probably hear about that tomorrow morning.
Yep.
But do you have anything else to say?
I called it. I'm just gonna say that. Your boy knows ball. I hope you guys joined us during these playoff reviews. Hopefully you guys got some good predictions. And yeah, let's go OKC in 7, bro. Finally, there's one less team without a championship. I'm glad to see that.
Yeah. But we're next, so in any case, see you guys next time.
Peace.